Good evening. My name is Maureen Power and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada. My main objective is to hopefully remove you from your everyday stresses and to help you to develop your creativity through stamping. Last month, we did our Creative Crafters Challenge, number 2, and I'm wearing the crown tonight. So thank you so much for voting for my project last month. It was a very, very close call. We were, as 4 of us, we kind of thought Nancy had it with the way she changed the orientation of her card. But she came in with 5 votes and I came in with 6. So I just barely took the crown. First time I've ever been crowned, by the way. Anyway, this week's challenge is for us to make a 3D gift giving project. So 3D things are not my area. I cringe when I have to do something 3D, so it did take me out of my comfort zone. But I did come up with a fair-sized bag that you could put a little sweater in or whatever the case may be. So that's what I came up with to do tonight. I'm doing it in a different pattern because it does take a fair bit of materials. Few announcements first. Don't forget, if you have a big list of things that you want, you may want to you may want to join my team. And I managed to get 6 new team members this month, so I'm really excited to start my team meetings next month or the end of this month. I join my team for $48, no shipping, no taxes. You can get $165 worth of product of your choice, and for $135. You can get $252 worth of product of your choice. So reach out to me and I'll give you a hand with doing that. By the way, I have to give thanks to my granddaughter Natalie, who's 7. She was the one who actually picked out Nana's crown to wear whenever she would get get voted. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we're going to get started. I will tell you the products that I'm using tonight. Just let me turn my camera around. Okay, just bear with me till I get this set up. Thought I had this figured out last week. She's still not coming in very clear. I don't know if it's because of the lighting. Let me try something here. Oh, the lighting is terrible now. Okay, she's not coming in very clear. I can see that. What I'm using on this is the Flora Charm DSP. And the colors, I'm not going to go through all of the colors tonight. The colors that I'm using is this one here. And this is the other one, but I'm actually using this side. So I need a couple of sheets of this. I thought I had... Okay, hang on one sec. Here it is here, I think. Yeah. No, it's not. Okay, what happened to my other sheet? Okay, just 1 second. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I need a couple of sheets of this one and a couple of sheets of this. So we need the 12 by 12. I also need 2 12 by 12 white cardstock. So we're going to start with these first. And what we're going to do is on each one of these, we are going to score it at 4. So you don't want to cut it, so you'd have to get that blade out of the way. We're going to score it at 4. And then we're going to score the second one. This is 12 by 12 as well. We're going to score it at 4. And this is going to be the bottom of our purse. So that's 4 by 4. So I have a piece of 11 by 8.5 thick cardstock. So what I want to do with that is cut that at 3.5, because it's 11 and the other one is 12, and it's 4. Oops. Okay, so because this then is going to be the bottom of my bag, just to give it a bit more support. Then what I need is 2 pieces for the side. So I've got my regular DSP again, and that has to be cut at 5 by 6. So I need 2 pieces. So this is going to be 12. So 6. And then I'm going to cut these 2 at 5. These are going to be the sides of our bag, okay? So that's 5 and 5. Then on the 5 side, which is this side here, we are going to do some scoring. So I'm going to get my cutting blade out of the way, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch on either side. So just turn it around and go another 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to score at 2.5 inches. So 2.5, because this is 5, you're going to get the middle. And you're actually going to score down to 4. Get the cutting blade out of the way. So we're going to score down to 4. So I'm going to go start at my 4 and go up. And I'm going to give that a good score. So I don't know if you can see the score lines on that. So we're going to do exact same thing with this side. It's 1/2 inch on either side. And then 2.5 inches. And we're going to start the scoring at 4. But we also need to do 1/2 inch on the bottom. Okay. So that's our 2 sides. And the purpose of that is it's going to give our bag a bit of an indentation. Then I need 2 pieces of my DSP, and that's going to be cut at 11. And this is not a directional paper, so it's not going to matter. So it's going to be 11 by 7, 11.5 by 7. So I'm going to go all the way to the 11.5, and we're going to cut this piece off. Whoops, I didn't get it all. I'm just going to get, oh yes I did, by 7. So you can see you're not going to have enough room for the other piece, but we're going to use, no, we're not going to use this piece again. So I need 2 pieces of this. So it's 11.5. by 7. Let's see. Okay, so this is going to be for the front of my bag. Should have been 7.5. Okay, we're going to make it work. Okay, so that's my outside. And I want the same thing to line the inside of my bag. Should have been 11.5. Okay, 11.5 by 7. $11.5. I didn't want to have all this cut out. I figured I would show you. So by 7. Now, it should have gone as 7.5, but where I have all the rest of it already cut, I'm going to leave it at the 7. And then we have the handle. The handle is 12 by 1 inch. So I have the 12 here again. So I'm going to go to 1 inch. And we need 12 by 3/4 of an inch. So let's get 3/4 of an inch. And I'm going to get 2 of those for this. And 3/4 of an inch. Because they didn't have it on both sides. They didn't have the handle covered on both sides. They only had it covered on one, but I didn't really like that. And the other part that we need now is 5 by 12 for our flap. And I don't really think I need 5. I looked at it since, and I kind of figure 4 by 12 would be okay. But I'm going to score this piece very lightly at half point, which is 2. And then what I'm going to do is put a slit between 3 and 4 inches. And you'll see why in a minute. So between 3 and 4 inches and 8 and 9 inches. So we have a little slit here and here. Now, will this fit in, or do I need to go a little? No, that'll fit in. Okay. So now that we have everything cut, I'm going to show you how to put this bag together. So the first thing we're going to do is score everything. And this one here on the score line. Okay, the 2 sides, if I can get them up, we're going to do a little bit of cutting. So on this, we're going to cut these corners out, and we're going to have a little bit of a miter on them. Okay, so we're going to do that on both of these side pieces. And this bag that I'm making, a lot of the bags that I saw, they weren't really big enough. They were really tiny bags. But if you had something like a little stuffed animal or something for your daughter or granddaughter, it's nice to have a little bigger bag than what they had. So I will put the name of the person who I got this idea from in the comments later. Also later, after I'm just scoring all of these now. Also later, when I finish my video, I will put the links to the other 3 ladies' videos. And then you have until Tuesday, midnight Tuesday of next week, to vote on which, and this part here you want to just kind of squeeze it in a bit, okay? Because that's going to be this inside of your bag. So you have until Tuesday night to vote. And how you vote is you look at all 4 videos and then you decide which video, which project you liked the best. And whichever project you liked the best, that's the one that you're going to vote on. Now, I had, this piece is 4. So I need a piece at 4.5. So I just got to get another piece of paper. I do have to cut one more piece. So this piece is going to be cut at 4.5 by 12. 4.5. So that's going to be scored at 2 1/8, or 2 1/4, is it? If it's 4.5, it's 2 1/4. Okay. And that's going to go there like that. Okay, so we're going to put the 2 bottom pieces together. And I'm going to use my tear and tape for this because this is a project that really needs to be, make sure you got it good and sturdy. So I'm going to just put that on there. Oops, ran out. Okay, here's another roll. Okay, so make sure they're all down. I take your pick tool. Oh, I wanted to show you something else. Take these and just bring them up at an angle. Okay. I didn't mean to take off that other one. Because then what you do is take this and you want it to go right up along the score line. So then you just rip these off and you don't have to line them up quite the same. Now, I think I missed a piece of this one. She ripped before she took it off. So I'll just take that piece off. If I can get at it. Okay, so that's the inside of the bag. All right. I'll get rid of these. Then we have these pieces here to go on. So, and you're going to have to put your tape, runner's tape, on the edges here. And the edge there. And if you can cut that off, or you can even peel it and roll it back on itself. And then there's this piece. Now, before I put the sides in, I want to put my DSP on my bag. Okay, I'm not in the camera, am I? So sorry. So if you got a fair size bag that you need, and you got somebody special that you want to give it to, this is the way to go. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is take, this is what I want to put on the front. So I want to take this, uses a fair bit of runner's tape too, and you can use whatever glue you want. I just wanted the runner's tape, okay? So you got the fair bit of runner's tape that you need to use, or whatever adhesive. I did a couple of changes to the video, to the one that the other lady had done. Now I'm throwing things on the floor. Okay. So I'm going to cut that piece off again. I don't really want it overlapping. So now, give that a good press. And do the same thing again. Take your edges and just turn them out. And you can do this when you're making cards too, okay? So now I want to put this on this, and where I cut that too short, I'm going to go down towards the bottom, because the top part is going to get covered a bit anyway. So then just rip it off. It's already in place. Less chance of you not having it lined up right. And this one, I must have turned it in. I did. So then we're going to do the exact same thing for the opposite side. If I had these cut, I probably could have had the tape and everything on it, but it's not too much more, I promise. Okay, so just give them a little press. Take your sides again, turn them out. Okay, so now I'm going to start towards the bottom again. Line it up. Take these out. Okay, so this is the front and the back of the bag right now. Now we're going to, we already have these tape on them. Now we're going to put these on. The first thing I'm going to do is put this piece on. Oh, maybe I should turn that the other way, okay? So I'm going to line that up to the bottom. I'm going to take my other one and line that up. So that's going to have to go inward, this one. These two, I think, can probably go inward as well. Whatever way you can get at them to peel them, okay? So now this one, I'm going to go down here at the bottom, line that up, and peel it and stick it down. Before I do anything else, I'm going to put these two pieces on for the inside of my bag because I want to have a bit of a lining on the inside. That is not a step that this other person had done, but I kind of figured it would make the bag a little sturdier to begin with. Plus, it'll look nice to have the inside of the bag lined. I'm not going to worry about the two sides. Because they're going to be inside anyway. Now I'm going to line this up. Like I said earlier, I did cut it 1/2 inch too short. Okay. This is a nice size bag. And can you imagine giving this to somebody? Oops. Oh. Anybody know what I just did? I put it on the wrong side. Oops, okay. Try that again. And cut it there. It's a lot of steps to this, but it's really not hard. Okay, again, put the corners to the outside. I'm going to put them at the bottom. And I'm going to go to the bottom of the bag, or close to the bottom. Put 2 of those down. Oops, that one didn't peel right. And that sometimes happens. Okay. And then just peel this one over here. Smooth that out. Now you have the inside of your bag, okay? I am going to put a little bit of a border. It meets up with the join here. This is thick cardstock, okay? And I'm going to put that on the bottom, and I'm just going to put seal on that. That is just going to reinforce the bottom of the bag. And again, that's another step that she didn't do in her video, but it's just me wanting to make sure it's a little bit sturdier. I just got a bit of glue on that. Let's get that off. Okay. So I'm going to put that right there and line it up. Now I can turn my bag. How am I going to do this so you can see what I'm doing? These got to be turned out this way. I'm going to line it up to the edge. I'm going to catch the bottom part first. It's hard to do with the phone in front of you too, but I'm going to line it up. And then I'm going to peel it off. Turn it down and give it a rub. I'm going to do the other side next. I'm just going to peel it off, I think, and line it up. Yeah, this is easier actually. Peel it off, line it up, turn it in, line it up. Press it down. Now I got to line this one up. And press it down. So this is, and you see how the sides automatically kind of draw it in. Now, I want to put something on the top. Oh, I did forget something. Shoot. I don't think it's too late. Okay, we'll do that in a second. This is the front of my bag. And this is to go on the front of my bag. So that's going to go like this. Now, if you remember, I had 2 slits. So I'm going to show you in a minute what those slits are for. But first, I'm going to put this down. And I think I'm just going to use my seal. Okay. That worked out pretty good. Probably didn't go all the way down though. Well, it didn't work out quite as good as I thought. Okay, let's just lift this up a bit. Press this down. I think I'm making it worse. Hang on. Okay. Then we have a handle, which I'm just going to put a little bit, because that's going to go right to the edge and go right to the end. They left it white on one side. I didn't like that. Okay. Oops, sorry. Okay. Got one too short. That won't matter because it's going to go in here. So what I'm going to do is open this up. I'm going to put seal on both sides. Okay. Then I'm going to poke it in here. Give it a good rub. Then I'm going to turn it around and poke it in there. I should have probably curled that a little bit first with my bone folder, but that's okay. Then, I know we don't have a corner rounder anymore, but I am going to use this corner rounder on this. I think it just made it look a little bit tidier. You can use any quarter rounder that you presently own. Then I am going to put this, and I'm going to use my tear and tape again. I don't see any comments, I'm sorry, so I can't really respond if you're asking any questions. So I'm going to put, and you're only going to put that on one side, because the other side is actually going to be your flap. So let's peel these off. I feel like my video might be too long tonight, I'm sorry. And then I'm going to take this and bring it right up to the join. Okay, so this is what we have so far for the bag. Now, what I meant to do was to put a magnet underneath here, and I didn't do it. So let me see if I can do it. I'm going to put a glue dot on my magnet. What did I do with my glue dots? I had them earlier. Oh, they're there. So I'm going to put the glue dot on there, and I'm going to try to lift up, just lift up the corner of this, or the even if I put it there, it's fine. And Then I'm going to put this other magnet on top of it. Let's get another glue dot. I think I might have put it on the wrong side of the magnet. No, I didn't. Okay. I'm going to try to lift this piece up a little bit. Slip this one down in there a bit. Okay. So now this one is going to go up to the top. I am going to put another glue dot on both of these. Put this down up to the line. And press this down to where the magnets are. I don't think it holds it as well with being underneath the paper. The other bag, I didn't have it under the paper. So I might have to, because this bag, it's not under the paper. And the magnets, oh wait now. And the magnets are much better. So maybe I'll scrap having it under the paper. So I'm just going to cut that away for now. These are all things you learn as you go. Cut that little bit of paper away. You don't really see it. Okay, now let's try it. Much better. Okay, a couple of more things and we're finished. I am going to use, and by the way, if you put one of these clips on your ribbons and you have this part up, it'll stand on your shelf and won't move. Okay, I am going to use my ribbon maker. I'm going to make a big bow on this one. All the girls at my retreat this weekend got one of these. Great for making bows. Okay, let's give that a good squeeze there. And there's my bow. I'm going to... That is going to go on the front of my bag. I'm going to need another glue dot for that. Maybe a few, actually. So I'm going to put one in the middle, one on the end of the bow, and one on the other end of the bow, and see if that'll... Okay, so now I'm going to put that bow maybe right there. And there's your gift bag, lined inside, sturdy bottom, and magnets for the closure. And you have a gift bag to put a special gift in. A little bit bigger than your average gift bags. move it up a bit. A little bit bigger, there's the size of my hand, to give you an idea that you can use. So these are the 2 bags that I've made. This was for demonstration purposes. They had the string on the outside. I put slits and put it on the inside using double tape on either side. They had a circular oval in white. I didn't like that, so I made this cover instead. This one has a bit of a wider cover. I kind of like the little shorter cover. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to turn the camera around. Okay, so make sure that you look at all 4 videos and then put the word vote in the comment of the person's video that you liked best. And of course, I'm wearing my crown tonight because mine was chosen last month. The crown was picked out by my 7-year-old granddaughter. I'm sure she's going to be ecstatic when she sees me wear it. Anyway, if you have anything on your list that you want, you have a lot on your list that you want to buy, join my team. And there's no pressure for you to do what I do. You don't have to sell. You don't have to make projects or do Facebook Lives. You can just be a hobby demonstrator, but you can also do business if you wanted to. Okay, thank you so much for joining me this evening, and enjoy the rest of your evening.